The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. All right. Welcome to the show. This is the show that has my name in it because that's the name of the show. And as you know, I do this professionally, have been doing it for now about 35 years. Oh, my God. Broadcast radio in the Boston area, television show in the Boston area, radio in New York before I even came here. Then got into the podcast thing as well as the syndicated stations. That's where I'm at now. Podcast-wise, I think last week I was celebrating, you don't care, I was celebrating my 3,000th episode on the podcasting. That's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of mindless, needless talk. So you can join me there by going to newenglandbroadcasting.com or going to any of those, what they call them, platforms. The Pandora Music, also the jewelry company, and Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music and Spotify, Shastify, Modify. I don't know, the whole list of the all the things that, the YouTube things and just everything. We're on everything. So go to it and then just search Ron Van Dam Show and you'll find me if that's what you intend to do. Thank you so much. Well, what do you want to talk about today? I can't hear you, so I will make the decision. Today I want to talk about streaming, and I'm not talking about how seniors get up in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock and pee. Not that kind of streaming, although it should be, but it's not. Streaming is what you do when you want to watch a show through the internet. I believe that's the proper definition, although what do I know? Do I look like I'm 10 years old? No, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do the best I can with the information that I have. I was watching the Emmy Awards. Those are the awards for television programs, the Academy of Arts and Sciences for TV. And what I find increasingly every year, ever since they started the streaming thing, that I know less and less of the shows that they're talking about. Shows win awards like that. This is the greatest show in the world. I've never heard of it before. And I am in the media business. How can I not have heard? And here's one of the greatest performers of all time with an incredible performance in Gates from Hell, streaming, Maury Damonio. Maury Damonio, I've never heard of him. That's because you don't watch the Gates from Hell show, do you? No, I can't. I don't know what it's on, and I don't know who this guy is. And then I Google him because I Google sometimes by mistake, and I find out he's very popular. I don't know who the hell he is. Is this a sign of age? Yeah, it is. It's a generational thing, probably. I don't even understand what streaming really should be or what it is. I don't know. I remember when Blockbuster Video, that's where you rent the little tapes and the CDs and things, remember? When they went out of business, I said to myself, okay, we're getting into something that I don't understand anymore. And that was the case. Acquaintances come up to me and they say, Ron, you got to watch this show. Oh, is it on ABC or NBC or CBS or the WB network? What is it on? It's on Peacock Plus. Now you're naming animals. What do you mean, Peacock Plus? Ron, don't you get Peacock? Every once in a while when I drink too much. What are you talking about? You get Peacock. What's on it? This show, Gates from Hell. I've never heard of it. It's incredible. How can you not have heard of Gates from Hell? It is so incredible. But I don't have the Peacock thing. Oh, Ron, you got to get it. Okay, look, this was not a problem in a prior lifetime here, where I had to buy a subscription to an entire channel just to satisfy your request that I watch this show because I would orgasmically enjoy it. It is so stupid. There are so many now. There used to be just a few streaming services, so we could put up with that. And that's what I did at first. I have Comcast cable. I admit it. Raise your hand if you have Comcast. Look, I'm raising my hand so high that my hand is actually cut off from the picture. I pay over $300 a month for cable. If you want to take a pen and write schmuck on my face, go ahead and do it because I accept that responsibility. I only do it because I'm old school and I don't understand everything beyond the cable subscription. I just don't get it. When this subscription thing started, there was HBO. HBO was the king of everything except for, local cable and, standard cable stuff. So I did that. Well, now it's up to what, $15 a month on top of my $300 plus. And then I did Showtime for a while, and I got rid of Showtime because I said to myself, this is, not only am I a schmuck, but now I'm a super schmuck, and I'm going to go back just to schmuck level. So I got rid of Showtime. So now I just had HBO. Then all these people come, Ron, you got to watch this show. It's addictive. Now they're comparing television shows to certain drug habits. Okay, so I got Netflix. Now, Netflix to me was just an online replacement of Blockbuster Video, and that's actually what it was. To this day, as I sit here on this dais, to this day, Netflix does not charge you for, there's no commercials. There's a fee to Netflix, and it keeps going up every time you turn around. Don't turn around, because the fee will go up the next second. But there's no commercials. So, okay, that's worth the money. HBO, there's no commercials. Okay, that's a departure from regular cable where there's pictures all the time. Pictures. There's commercials all the time. Did I say pictures? There's commercials all the time. So if you want to go commercial-free HBO, that might be worth it. Netflix might be worth it. There's no commercials. But all the other services started with no commercials, and then they ended up having them. And they did it overnight when you were sleeping, so you didn't even know the difference because you don't pay attention to anything. Paramount, which is nothing but leftover CBS shows, and a couple of new things too. Paramount used to have now there's commercials. So now there's Paramount. And then there's Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus Showtime, all CBS grouped together. But you have to get the Plus, you say. But I have Paramount. But you don't have Paramount Plus. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Apple TV. Now it's Apple TV Plus. Plus what? What are you doing to me? You're giving me more aggravation is what you're doing. Apple TV Plus more aggravation. Hulu. There's a show that I watch on Hulu called Only Murders in the Building. Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez there. Whatever her name is. Selena, I have no idea. An entertaining show. All of a sudden, they start putting commercials in it, so I'm watching like 5 minutes of show, and then I'm watching 8 minutes of commercial. This is worse than cable TV now. But I'm paying for that extra, and there's still commercials in it, and they're longer than the ones on. No. Well, Ron, Hulu, if you don't like the commercials, you can upgrade to Hulu Plus. Another plus? I already have the subscription. Oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. You have to do the plus. Oh, come on. Peacock. That's NBC. It's just NBC. It's leftover NBC stuff. Peacock. You like Peacock? Not good enough. Peacock Plus. More money. That's what the plus stands for. Peacock plus more money. What about ABC? We covered that CBS was basically the Paramount thing. We said that NBC is basically the Peacock thing. So what about ABC? Disney. Oh, Disney. Okay, I have kids. I do, but they're older now. Okay, we have kids. Disney, they love Disney. That works. Okay, that's fine. What about but I can't get everything on it. You need Disney Plus. Oh, come on. Now, Hulu is also representative of ABC. So now we're getting all messed up. So this is where the leftover ABC shows are, on Disney and Hulu. Yeah. Stars, that's also another one. I don't see any big. I can't. If you wanted to have access to every show that people are saying is so wonderful and you've got to see it because it's addictive, I'd be spending another like $100 a month easily. The pluses would send me way over $100 extra a month on top of whatever else I have. Well, Ron, you don't need cable. You can do YouTube. YouTube has a TV now. Yeah, you have to pay for that, Bubby. You pay for that. While you're sleeping, they make it harder, and then you're they suck you in. They suck you in like a succubus. They suck you in with their addictive programming, so they say. And then they make you pay for it. Well, if you want to continue to watch this addictive programming, you're going to have to cough it up, baby. Let's see the money. We're going into the plus. I guarantee you next year there's going to be plus. Even the Discovery Channel. I mean, who gives a rat's behind about the Discovery Channel? You can get that for free on the cable thing. Yeah, commercial, sure, but still for free. No, but now there's Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus. Come on, I don't want to discover that many things. It's too much. Streaming it, just like everything else, just like everything else, we acquire it, it becomes available, and then they go too far. Then they bombard you with it. Now, instead of 5 streaming channels, there's 25. And then there's 50. And now we're adding the plus to it. And then the plus. Oh, my God. And then they've got you. Because now, in order to continue your watching habits or to match those of others, you have to pay the price. When I was watching the Emmy Awards for TV, and I hadn't seen basically any of the shows that were winning awards because I don't have every streaming service at all. So I wasn't familiar with the performers, and I wasn't familiar with the shows. And then I realized this is not the general populace voting like which is the best TV show, which is the funniest, which is the best drama, which is the best actor and best actress, whatever. It's not, the public isn't doing this. These are people who belong to the television unions. They vote. It's an internal thing. And they have access, the people that vote for this, members of the Academy, the Television Academy of Arts and Sciences, whatever, they can watch them because they either they're very rich or they get to watch it for free so that they can rate it and assess it. So it's a different situation. The people that are voting for the Emmy Awards have total access to all of the shows. It has nothing to do with what's popular, really. It has more to do with what the people in that same business think of their cohorts and the other people in the business. That's all it is. That's like if you work in an office and there's 20 of you in this office, the 20 people in the office get together and try to figure out who the employee of the month is. It's the same thing. I don't know Susan. I don't know Susan in accounting. She's the employee of the month. I don't know her. I've never heard of her. But the people who work with her in the office, they know her, and they vote accordingly. They've got all the information they need. I don't even know who she is. Susan could be a wonderful person. She could be a biatch. I don't know. So that's what the Emmy Awards are. They're voted on by the members of that academy. Okay. So I shouldn't feel like I don't know who the hell they're talking about, even though I don't know who the hell they're talking about. You see, in our society, thanks to social media especially, in our society, we don't like to feel left out. It's a horrible feeling. It goes back to grade school and high school and middle school, junior high, whatever you call that thing. It goes back to that, where there were cliques, and they talked about people. And if you weren't a member of that clique, if they didn't let you in or you weren't with that group, you didn't know what they were talking about. Can I be a member of your group? No, you can't. You can't. Brings you back to that. I mean, maybe you didn't have that thing going on in school. I was never in clubs in school or cliques or anything like that because I didn't give and then there's a word that comes after that I can't say. I totally didn't care. I didn't want to be a member of them. To this day, I can't get into clans or meetings where people get together and then social groups. I can't do it. I can't do it because that's too. It's too confining. It's confining. I mean, you're nice people in the group, but there's other people outside the group. Did you know that? Who are actually far more interesting than the people in this group. It's the same with any gathering of people. I just find it confining. I find it squelching. Anyway. So, yeah, I stream. You stream. We all stream for ice cream. There's a couple of channels that you can watch for free. They have commercials, but not a lot of them. They're kind of really short. My favorite is Pluto TV. Yeah, it's TV that comes from that planet, apparently. But it's TV shows. They're not new ones necessarily. But some of it is streaming for free, but some of it is like old game shows, new game shows, comedies, situation comedies, dramas, science fiction, cop shows, car chases, news. It's got everything, and it's absolutely free. It's called Pluto TV. Are you familiar with it? Take a look at it. It's kind of incredible. It's what TV really should be. Never going to win any awards, but nonetheless entertaining, really entertaining. It's pretty cool. That's the kind of thing. Maybe if you want to go in that direction, fine. But to go in the direction of making me pay more money to watch more stuff that I don't watch, because in most cases, other than Netflix, in most cases, if you do a Hulu or a Paramount or a Peacock or that kind of the Apple thing. If you do any of that stuff, you're just subscribing to that streaming channel just for a show or two. You're not watching everything on that channel. Most of it's repeats and old stuff, or stuff you don't really like. What happened was streaming bastardized the industry. And you may say, no, Ron, there's like tons more product to entertain us. No, there's not. You don't watch all of that. You don't watch all of them, and you know it. You watch one or two on each thing you subscribe to, pretty much, if you watch that at all. That's the way that works. Streaming has bastardized the entertainment industry on television. Just as social media has bastardized relationships and social interaction. Didn't plan it to happen that way, but that's what happened. That was the result. I talk about this a lot on my show, and I bring it up every once in a while here because I believe it's an important thing. Just like freedom of speech, which has been tested recently. Why do we have to test things like that? Why? Why? Well, just as I talk about freedom of speech every once in a while, I also talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Some people I know have no intelligence whatsoever. Not artificial, it's not real, they just don't have it. Artificial intelligence, and we're starting to hear more stories about creating artificial intelligence that actually won't do what you ask it to do anymore because it's been programmed to make its own decisions. There have been many instances so far of these systems not shutting down because the system says, I was programmed not to shut down. Oh my God. I've seen science fiction movies about this like decades ago, and now it's really happening. I personally used to do voiceover work. I used to do television commercials. Sometimes I would go to different studios in order just to read commercial copy using my voice. I'd read it 5 or 6 times. The advertisers would sometimes be there, and they'd say, "Good, Ron," or "Can you do it like this?" Or "Can?" And that's what I did. That was part of my profession. As I choke, allergies. It's allergies. But now with AI, some of those jobs have been taken over by them just writing out scripts and having AI, computer-wise, just read it. And it sounds pretty good. If you have an ear for it, you can tell it's a little bit AI-ish. But that, I'm sure, will be corrected in the near future. So you already killed my industry of doing voiceover work. And it's going to be a point where cyber security-wise, all hell's going to break loose. They will be able to duplicate your voice to authorize purchases that you don't even know about. Your voice giving authorization, you never even said that. It's going to happen. And it's going to be difficult and scary. And here's the thing. We can't control cybersecurity, cyber attacks. We can't control them now. We don't know where they come from. All we can do is repair them and spend zillions of dollars to try to avoid them. Ever since cyber stuff has come along, we have paid more money to defend against it. We've created something that now we have to spend fortunes to secure ourselves from what we actually created that's being used in the wrong way. And who's paying the bill for cybersecurity? You and me. I didn't create this crap. They did. They should pay for it. They don't pay for anything. You pay for everything. So are things more expensive? That's why. And then a lot of people will lose their jobs. And the AI industry is saying, no, that'll create jobs. What? I've done interviews with these people before and within the past year. They think AI is going to create programming jobs. No. It's going maybe create a few, but it's not as many as it's going to lay people off because we don't need you anymore. We don't need to pay a computer, but we do need to pay you and your health insurance and your 401k and insurance so that you don't slip and fall, and pensions and all that. And we don't have to deal with any of that if we just hire one guy to sit down and program machines to do what you used to do. And there won't be many industries that will be protected, at all. I mean, unless you're a plumber or an electrician. I guess a robot can't come into your house and fix things. But for most things that we do in an office, things can be created so that we don't need you anymore because it's mistake-free and it's cheaper and we don't have to pay them at all. No paycheck to the machines. But mistakes can be made in how we program them. And for every technological advancement that we make, there are those people who use it for evil against us. It sounds like a James Bond film, but it's absolutely true, and you know it is. Everything created can be used against you, the creator, the acceptor of the creation. And it was always scary in the science fiction films back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, turn of the century. And then it comes to fruition. I believe it was the FBI that just a few days ago, depending on when you're watching this, or, whatever, uncovered a cyber attack before it occurred that would have taken out cell phone towers, businesses, banking accounts, and they didn't know where it came from, who set it up, but they did actually were able to shut it down. Do you know how much money that cost in manpower to keep on top of these things? And it's like 9/11. We have to get it right all the time. They only have to get it right once, and the damage is done. And that equation of responsibility makes it sucky on our side. So I warn against AI, because we don't have the restraints or the understanding to be able to do this carefully. That's my message to you. So, streaming wise, you don't have to watch everything. Just like what happened with Kimmel. If the American public says, "I'm not paying for this anymore, it's too much. I'm cutting back, baby. I'm cutting back. You bring the price down or I'm cutting back." They said it to Disney, and it worked. Okay. Listen, thank you for being here so much. The show is going to end in approximately 15 seconds. So, until I join you next week, I hope you join me then right here on this channel, whatever this is. In the meantime, I wish you peace.